Arianna, everyone.
Well, we might as well just keep the France theme going, right? You know the books, The Babysitter's Club? A lot of my friends used to read those when we were growing up, but not me. My thought was, if you're going to read something terrifying, you might as well just go straight to Goosebumps. All of which is to say that when I found myself in Disneyland Paris at a character dinner with 3 kids under the age of 10, this was definitely not the plan. See, the plan was really simple. I was studying abroad in Paris. I was 20 years old. And my aunt and uncle were over from London. They were there for a conference, and they figured they'd bring their kids, take them to Disneyland Paris. It would be a great trip. I could come out and see them. Well, what with one thing and another, the hotel's babysitter fell through. So there I was with my 3 cousins, ages 9, 5, and 2. My idea of a solution to this problem was the 4 of us locked in the hotel room, nobody in or out except for maybe a room service pizza. My uncle proposed a character dinner. Have you ever been to one of these things? It's like the Moscow Circus, right? They tell you to like keep the kids there and the characters will come to your table. But as soon as they see Tigger, the kids are like taking off headlong and parents are grabbing them, everybody's yelling. But once the kids hear character dinner, they're all about that. So there we go. We trudge on down to this character dinner. But what I didn't mention is it's a buffet, because life isn't complicated enough. But that's fine. I've got this. I can figure it out. So the important thing is delegation. So I send the 9-year-old and the 5-year-old up to the buffet, while I have the 2-year-old back at the table. But I was responsible. I told the 5-year-old, don't get any food, just figure out what you want, come back and tell me. They both come back alive. Stage 1, huge success. Feeling good. So I then leave the 2-year-old with the 9-year-old and the 5-year-old at the table, and I tell them to stay put, and I go up. And of course the line's gotten much longer. And of course I'm balancing 2 or 3 plates trying to figure out how you actually get multiple people's food back to the table. And here comes the 9-year-old with a question. Sam, where's your sister? Where's the 2-year-old? Oh, it's okay, the 5-year-old's watching her. So now we have the 5-year-old watching the 2-year-old and several people no doubt trying to figure out how you call Child Protective Services in France. Rush back to the table. But once again, I started to feel the momentum picking up, right? I cut through 4 plates of food, distribute them. I've got these kids, the characters start coming. I got the robotic arm working, pulling them back to the chair. Which is about the point where the 9-year-old drops his fork and knife and says, I can't eat anymore. My loose tooth, I'm afraid it's going to fall out. Well, I take a look and sure enough, this is a loose tooth. This is the like dangling by a thread level of loose tooth. So I'm trying to handle this situation. Like, can you get it out? Can you wiggle it? I don't want to touch it. Can you maybe twist it a little? I don't want to do that either. So at this point, it's like somebody else is speaking and I hear these words saying, do you want me to pull the tooth for you? I can't possibly tell you how much I do not want to pull this tooth, but it seems really important that he not like choke and die. He says, no, don't touch it. Thank God. But as much as I don't want to pull the tooth, I also don't want him choking and dying, and the doomsday clock is pretty much at 1 minute till midnight at this point. So as I'm telling him, you have to get this tooth out of your mouth. It's dangerous. It's like hanging out. The tooth has to come out. The 5-year-old drops her fork and knife. I can't eat. I have a loose tooth. True. Yesterday, she had gotten her very first loose tooth. The little, like, maybe this kind of wiggles a little bit. So now I'm trying to say, to the 9-year-old, tooth, very high risk, stop eating. And to the 5-year-old, a little bit of wiggling, no risk, keep eating. It's a very delicate thread to pull with a 5-year-old. I can't promise that we were smiling in any of our pictures with the characters. I can't promise that there were any pictures with the characters. All I know is that at the end of the night, the 3 kids returned to the hotel room, all alive. The restaurant had not burned down. And as soon as they were tucked safely in bed, I grabbed my phone and I texted my mother 2 very important messages. 1, I love you. And 2, I'm never having kids.
Arianna, everybody.